just to talk about the industry a bit, what would you say is like your bugbears of the industry?
Quite a few, to be perfectly honest. I mean, obviously, COVID's been a very difficult time for the lenders and for the banks. Some of them really stepped up during that period. Others absolutely went to pot, to be perfectly honest. Now, I get it, we all had our struggles, but we had to kind of adapt and carry on, and some of the lenders really struggled with that, and are still struggling now in terms of us being able, the stamp duty holidays obviously magnified the issues that they had as well. It's been great for the industry, generating more interest and business, but it's also pretty much broken some lenders and almost ground them to a halt. So, that's been a bit of an annoyance. Inconsistent underwriting, particularly since COVID, that's been you'll have one scenario with a lender and an underwriter will be fine with it. The exact same scenario the next day, the different underwriter's not okay with it, and it's like, well, change, moving the goalposts almost in that sense. I mean, another big bugbear of mine is unethical practices, maybe you could describe, by some estate agents and that kind of thing, in terms of the pressure that they put people under to use their in-house mortgage broker for no advantage other than their own.
I've been reading a lot about this recently, and it's a big bugbear for people in the industry. Because people that aren't in it don't realise that there is a choice you can make there.
And ultimately, these people who are making offers, they just want that house. So if they've got a mortgage in principle with Mortgage First, we've spent time with them getting them the best mortgage lined up so they can go out and view a property. But then that agent says to them, well, you've got to use our broker, and if you don't use our broker, then you're potentially going to struggle to get this property. It'd be much better for you to use our broker, and we've got special rates, etc., etc. Of course, that person who doesn't understand the industry is going to go, oh God, well, I'll use your broker then. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's some great agents out there. We work with many estate agents, but more and more nowadays, am I hearing, not just from our brokers, from brokers as a whole, sort of horror stories about losing out on clients because the agents are pushing them to use their own. And you do kind of wonder what the vendors, the people buying the house, would say if they knew that the pressure that the agent was putting people who want to make an offer on the house under to you for their own personal gain to buy that, to use their own in-house mortgage brokers. There's no advantage to the vendor in that. It's purely just for the agent's own gain. So you do wonder what some of those vendors would say if they actually knew what went on behind the scenes. But
there's not really that level of transparency there.
No, absolutely not.